100 centimeter cube of oxygen is made to react with 50 centimeter cube of hydrogen, and the whole reaction mixture was then passed through anhydrous calcium chloride. What is the volume of the gas left? Solution. To know the amount of volume of gas left, you need to identify the gas that will be left, that is the gas that will be in excess at the end of the reaction. And the reaction is occurring between hydrogen and oxygen. When hydrogen and oxygen react, they give steam as the product. Having steam as the product, and it's been stated in the question that the mixture was passed through anhydrous calcium chloride, that means the steam is being collected with anhydrous calcium chloride. Anhydrous calcium chloride is going to dry up the steam in the reaction. So now we have oxygen and hydrogen. So which of these gas will be left in excess? So to know which of them will be in excess, we need to determine the limiting reactant. Then from there we can know the gas in excess, hence calculating the volume of the gas left. Let's continue by writing out the chemical equation showing the reaction between hydrogen gas and oxygen gas to give steam. So we have hydrogen gas H2 plus oxygen gas O2 to give H2O. Let's see if the equation is balanced. We have 2 atoms of hydrogen in the reactant side, and in the product side we have 2 as well. For oxygen we have 2 in the reactant side and 1 in the product side, so we had 2 to make oxygen balanced, and hydrogen is affected, so we'll be adding 2. Looking at it now, we have 4 atoms of hydrogen in the reactant side and in the product side. We now have a balanced chemical equation. So let's write out the ratio in which they combine. 2:1:2. 2 moles of hydrogen gas will react with 1 mole of oxygen gas. So now we want to determine the limiting reactant. For instance, now if 2 volume of hydrogen gas react with 1 volume of oxygen gas, definitely we'll be needing twice as much of oxygen gas for the amount of hydrogen gas to react. So if we are given 50 centimeter cube of hydrogen gas, what amount of oxygen gas will be required? So let's see. If we have 50 centimeter cube of hydrogen gas, x centimeter cube of oxygen gas will be required. And we want to know if we use all of hydrogen gas given in the question. So from here, x will be equal to 50 centimeter cube multiplied by 1, based on the relationship now in which they are combining. The ratio in which they are combining, 1 divided by 2. So that equals 25 centimeter cube. That is, if we used all of the hydrogen gas given, we will just need 25 centimeter cube of oxygen. Now, what if we used all of oxygen given? Do we have enough of hydrogen gas to take part in the reaction? Let's see. And I'll say for 100 centimeter cube of oxygen, that's the volume of oxygen given if we used everything. Y, I'll be using Y now instead H so as not to be confused in our calculations. Of hydrogen gas will be required. Do not forget we are trying to determine which of them will be the limiting reactant. So Y equals 100 centimeter cube based on the ratio in which they are combining multiplied by 2 divided by 1, which is equal to 200 centimeter cube. So that means for 100 centimeter cube of oxygen gas, we'll be needing 200 centimeter cube of hydrogen gas. Then in the question given, we do not have up to 200 centimeter cube of hydrogen gas. That means that oxygen gas cannot be the limiting reactant. Hence, we can conclude that hydrogen gas is the limiting reactant in the equation, and while oxygen gas will be in excess. So hydrogen gas is the limiting reagent. So either reagent or reactant we still refer to as the same thing. Now, since hydrogen gas is the limiting reagent, that means we will be having oxygen gas in excess. Do not forget that the steam produced is being absorbed by the anhydrous calcium chloride, which is acting as a drying agent in the reaction. Let's proceed to calculate the volume of oxygen in excess, that is the volume of gas left. So say volume of gas left equals the initial volume given, which is 100 centimeter cube, minus the volume that took part in the reaction. That is, if we used 50 centimeter cube of hydrogen gas, 25 centimeter cube will be required based on our calculation. So that is 25 centimeter cube of oxygen gas is being used. So 100 minus 25 have 75 centimeter cube, which should be serving as our final answer. So with this, we've gotten to the end of the solution to the question, and we can say the volume of gas left, which is oxygen, at the end of the reaction is 75 centimeter cube.